Good morning, students. I am Vinod from Department of Civil Engineering. Now I am discussed about design of canals. It is the part of water resources engineering 1. Okay. Here we are already discussed about the design of canals in previous sections. Those are types of canals, alignment of canal, and what are the different cross-sectional elements existing in that canal. At the same time, we are also discussed about how to design a canal based on Kennedy's and Lassie's equation. Okay. Now I will give brief description about lining of irrigation channels. Okay. Lining of irrigation channels. In so many canals, we are seeing that the canal will be properly lined with cement concrete or concrete mortar. Is it right? So here we are mainly discussed about what is necessity of lining for the irrigation canals and what are the advantages of lining and what are the disadvantages of lining. At the same time, how many types of linings we have, and here how to design a lined canal. Here we will discuss these things. Okay, come to first one, necessity. Here we have to know what is the necessity of irrigation channel. Otherwise, what is the necessity to providing the lining for irrigation channel. So here we are having so many things. These are the some of the points will give about idea about necessity of lining of irrigation channels. Okay. So come to first one, minimize losses. In normal canal, there is the seepage losses will occur in the canal. The seepage means the water will be infiltrated into the soil. So that's why the most of the water will converted as a groundwater. While providing the lining, we will able to minimize those seepage losses. That is the first thing, minimize losses. And comes to next one, increasing velocity. Okay, here we are providing the smooth concrete surface, so there is no undulations in the canal. Based on this, the water will move fastly through the canal section, so that in that case the velocity will be increases, means the water will flow through the canal very fastly. Okay, next one, prevent erosion. So here we are providing the lining for the canal banks. The erosion due to the water will be reduced. Okay, erosion in the sense the removing of soil particles from the canal banks, those are also will be reduced. Okay, so next point, reduce growth of weeds. So weeds are nothing but the unnecessary plants which are existing in that canal. Those are will also reduced by the lining. And next one, reduced maintenance of canal. Here the erosion will be prevented. At the same time, growth of weeds will be prevented. For normal canals, we regularly go to the canal site and we will maintain the banks from the erosion. At the same time, we removing the weeds in that canal. For in that lining canal, those two will be rectified, though there is no less maintenance cost will for the lining canals. So this is the necessity of lining of irrigation canals. Those are minimizing seepage losses, increasing the velocity, at the same time prevention of erosion of canal banks and reduce of growth of weeds. Finally, the maintenance of the canals will be, it will take less cost to maintain the lining canal. So further we will discuss about advantages of lining. So here we will discuss what are the advantages while providing the lining for irrigation canals. Here, increasing irrigated land. First one, increasing the irrigated land. Here we will already discussed for lining canal, increasing of velocity means the more water will through this particular canal section. That's based on that the irrigated land. So here we are supplying more water to the irrigation field. Based on this, the irrigation land also will be increased. Next one, reduce water logging. So here we are explained about minimize seepage losses. So due to the seepage losses, the water logging area will also be reduced due to the lining. So next one, to decreasing the evaporation losses. Here increasing the velocity. Velocity in the sense the flow of water will through the channel section is very fastly. Based on this, the evaporation losses will be reduced. Based on that, the more irrigation land will be, the irrigation land will be increased. Next one, canal cross-sectional area will be reduced. We are having the formula discharge is equal to area into velocity, means this is continuity equation. Once the velocity increase, we will able to reduce the area. Here the small cross-sectional area canal also give better discharge when we are providing lining for the irrigation channels. Okay. Next one, prevent silting. Due to the increasing of velocity, the silt particles will wash out through the water. Okay, there is no need to provide silt removal facilities in the canal. So, and next one, banks are stable. So there is prevention of erosion in the canals, though the banks of the canal will be stable. So these are the advantages. Here, the more irrigated land, the irrigation facilities for providing for more lands and water logging area will be reduced. At the same time, losses and means remaining losses, that evaporation losses will be reduced. At the same time, cross-sectional area of the canal will be reduced. There is no silting problem and canal banks are stable. So while come here disadvantages of canal lining. Here we are discussed advantages of lining. Here what are the disadvantages regarding to the lining provided for irrigation channel? It high initial investment. It high initial cost because of the more concrete will be used to provide lining for the canal. So it will take more initial investment, and to increasing canal area. Okay, the canal area will be increased. At the same time, it will be difficult to repair. Okay, once any repair will occur in canal area, it will difficult to repair those things. Okay, these are the main disadvantages regarding lining. Okay, here now we will discuss about how many types of linings we have. The types of lining mainly based on the material used for lining. Okay, we are having so many kinds of engineering material. Each and every engineering material having different characteristics. Okay, here the types of lining mainly based upon the material used. So come to first one, concrete lining. So we are using concrete as a lining material. The mixed proportions are 1:4:8 or 1:3:6 or 1:4:6. This kind of concrete mixed proportion we will provide it for lining while we are using concrete as a lining material. Okay, 1:4:8 or 1:3:6 or 1:4:6. So next one, short treat lining. Short treat is nothing but spraying of concrete. Okay, so here we are using 1:4 ratio of concrete mixing. Then thickness varies from 2.5 to 6.5 centimeter. For example, this is a canal cross section. Here we are spraying the shotcrete or concrete with 1:4 proportion, and the thickness of the layer varies from 2.5 centimeters to 6.5 centimeters. So this is second type of lining. And come to next one, precast concrete lining. Here for example, the tiles like materials, okay, the tiles like elements, those are having 90 centimeters by 30 centimeters in size. For example, like this, okay, 90 centimeters by 30 centimeters. So these kinds of arrangement will be placed in a canal. Those kind of lining technique we will call it as a precast concrete lining. Here we are using the thickness of the plate will be 5 centimeters to 6.5 centimeters. Okay, here in the precast concrete lining we are using a concrete blocks of 90 centimeters and 30 centimeters having the thickness of 5 centimeters to 6.5 centimeters will be provided in that lining. So come to next one, cement mortar lining. Here mortar is a term which is the meaning of, it is a mixture of cement and sand. Okay, here the mixture of cement and sand. For example, this kind of material we are used to construct a wall. It is a layer provided between two brick layers. Okay, that kind of material we are called it as a mortar, and this mortar will provided with a thickness of 1 centimeter to 4 centimeter for a lining purpose. Okay, come to next one, brick lining. Here bricks are used for the lining purpose. Here we are providing 12 mm layer of bricks with 1:6 cement mortar. I already discussed here what is meant by mortar. 1:6 means 1% of cement and 6% of sand mortar will be used to joining the bricks. Next, asphaltic lining. Here we are using 30 centimeters layer of asphaltic. It is a chemical material, okay, which it is in liquid state at 300 degrees centigrade only. Okay, this is one of the difficult and costliest lining material. Okay, these are mainly used in the highly affected areas only. So come to next one, soil cement lining. Here we are using soil. 35% of soil passes through the 200 mm sieve. Okay, here we are using 200 mm sieve. In that sieve we are using 100% of soil will be poured and shake it. Then 35% of soil will be passed through that sieve. That kind of soil only we are using for soil cement lining. Here 90 to 90% of soil and 10 to 5% of cement will be mixed thoroughly, and then it will be placed in lining portion. Okay, here we are provide lining portion. So come to next one, clay puddle lining. Here 30 centimeters of clay material which will be thoroughly mixed with water, and this kind of materials we are placed for lining. Next one, stone block lining. Here the stone revetment. So many areas we are seeing that this is a canal cross section. The stones will be placed like this, revetment in the sense. Generally it is also used for earth bunds and lakes to prevent the soil erosion. This kind of lining is nothing but stone block lining. So next one, prefabricated lightweight membrane. Asbestos or jute is coated with a asphalt. These kind of tile-like elements we are used for prefabricated lightweight membrane. Next, bentonite or clay membrane, which is provided as a 4 centimeters thin layer for canal lining. Next one, road oil lining. Here generally we have to see bitumen is a road oil mixed with small concrete stones or chips. These will be having 8 centimeters of layer. Generally we are seeing that in highway construction the bitumen and some small concrete stones will be added to that material. These will be placed for highways. So that same kind of material will be placed for lining of the canal. Okay, this kind of material will be called it as a road oil lining. Okay, these are the different kinds of lining techniques. Okay, so now we have to know how to design a lined canal. This I will explain based on one problem. Okay, here see that design a trapezoidal shaped concrete lined canal to carry a discharge of 100 cusecs. at the slope of 25 centimeter per kilometer. The side slopes of the channel are 1.5:1. The value of n Rogowski constant, it depends upon the type of soil, may be taken as 0.061. Here they are already given, there is no problem to calculate the n, and assume the limiting velocity as 1.5 meter per second. Okay, so this is the formula I will explain here for how to design a line canal. So first consider Manning's equation. Manning's equation, it is from fluid mechanics, don't confuse. It is your formula to calculate the velocity. Here V already given in the problem. What is the value of V? 1.5 meter per second. Okay, n Rogowski constant already given, n is equal to 0.016. Next, S is equal to, here already given, 25 centimeter per kilometer. It will be converted into 25 by 1000 into 100, means it will be converted into centimeters. Here centimeters by kilometer means, so we will convert it as a 25 centimeters and centimeters. Okay, so here V value we will be note n and s. Based on this formula we are able to calculate the R. R is nothing but hydraulic mean depth. R is equal to, okay, A by P. We are already having the formula. Area by perimeter is nothing but R. Okay, that is equal to hydraulic mean depth. From Manning's equation we are calculating the hydraulic mean depth. Then based on a continuity equation we are able to calculate the area Q by V. Because of Q is equal to A into V, here A is equal to Q by V. Here Q already given, here 100 cusecs and velocity 1.5. okay, here A, and we have the formula R is equal to A by P. Here we are already calculated R from this Manning's equation, then it will be substitute here and A, then we are able to calculate the perimeter. Based on those two formulas, area is equal to BD plus D square into theta plus cos theta. P, perimeter, is equal to B plus 2D into theta plus cot theta. Here we are able to calculate the theta and cot theta. The side slopes here given are 1.5:1, means 1:1.5. So cot theta always equal to 1.5 by 1. So theta is equal to cot inverse of 1.5. So those two values will be substituted in these two equations A and P. Then we are able to calculate B and D. So this is the cross section of the canal. Here B, which we are calculated here, and D, which we are calculated here. The slide slopes are given 1:1.5. So this is the procedure to design a line canal. So once again, see here, in this unit we will mainly discuss about what is lining, what is necessity of lining, and what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, how many types of linings we have based on material, and at the same time how to design a line canal. Okay, so up to now we are 90% of 4th unit was completed. Okay, remaining 10% will mainly focused on water logging. Okay, that will be explained in next video. Okay, anyone have any doubts, please contact me. Okay, thank you.